My people, my people, my people, my people. Simon Ekpa is asking, what is happening here? What is going on here? What kind of IDU is this? Simon Ekpa, I call this one the prayer of Paul and Silas. When Paul and Silas prayed and Holy Ghost came down, that Holy Ghost come bring fire. The fire come burn the prison. The prison will lock Paul and Silas. Paul and Silas come dey free. So this fire you are seeing in this video, I call it the Holy Ghost Woto-Woto. On a Sunday, I call it Holy Ghost Woto-Woto. As the song goes, Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, yo. They sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed. They sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, oh. They sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed. They sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, oh. They sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Wow! Ike Pentecost. When fire and brimstone fell from heaven. That is what I call this one, Simon. So when you ask, what is this? What is going on here? My Prime Minister. Your question funny. When you ask, say, what is going on here? What kind of IDU canon is this? Hey, my brother, it's so funny. They call it the God of Paul and Silas, Holy Ghost. Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. All those saboteurs, all those vowing to God that Biafra will not come, all those who prefer the crumbs from the table of the Fulani cabal instead of the freedom of Biafrans, all those who are sending their children to Obodo-Yibo, their children, their wife, their concubines, they are living in America, in England, and the rest of the place, around the whole world. They live there, but they come down to be politicians in Nigeria. AKA Obiano. You saw the way he is carrying his puppy. No security, no armor tank, no DSS. Only him, roaming the streets of America as a free man with his puppy. But when he came to make his billions in Anambra, he came to be a governor. After stealing the wealth of Biafrans, after becoming a so-called governor for 8 years, he has run away. So he came to eat his own national cake and ran away to America as a free man. You see him? All these politicians, their children are abroad or schooling abroad. So our freedom, my people, is in our hands. Our freedom is in our hands. We cannot wait anymore. The days of waiting is gone. I said it that time, say, if you remember about 6-7 weeks, I said, this next stage, or I call it knocking on the door. Bok, 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 bok. Hello? Bok, 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 bok. Who is there? It is I. Bok, 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 bok. Knock, knock, knock. Who is there? It is I. That is the stage we are now. Because we have given these saboteurs a long time, a long group. We have given them grace as a long rope. And they have used that rope to hang themselves. For the so-called legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you all said that his court date in Supreme Court will be in September. My people, I have the memory of an elephant. They said the Supreme Court that will hold the case of Nnamdi Kanu has said they will set a date in September. My people, today is the 24th of September. In 7 more days, September will be gone. September will be done and dusted. And no court date for Nnamdi Kanu. Can you see what's happening? So those idiots called the DOS attacking Simon Ekpa, can you now see what is happening? Say, they are not fighting their so-called legal team to stick to their words, to make sure there is a date for Nnamdi Kanu. We all know even that date is a charade. We understand the game they are playing in that so-called Nigeria. We know the game they are playing. But they promised the whole world and Biafrans that Nnamdi Kanu will have a date with the Supreme Court in September. My people, it is 7 more days to go. 7 more days to the end of September. And no court date. All right, my people, my people. This stage we are in is the best stage. I call it knocking on the door. All the saboteurs, all those that have been hampering the freedom of Biafra, una go get the bok, 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 knock, knock, knock. Who is it? It is Doctor Who. That day has come. The day of reckoning has come. This has to happen. You cannot get freedom without going through this. Even in the days of South Africa, when Mandela was held, Winnie Mandela, his wife, you knew what she was doing during those days. You all knew what she was doing during those days. Where all the saboteurs, they go put tire for their neck and burn them up. This is the latter stages of freedom. If you need freedom, you must go through this. That's knocking on the door. When you go from door to door, house to house, flat to flat, room to room, even when he's hiding in a room, you will ask yourself, what room is he in? That politician, he's hiding. He has a mansion with 50 rooms. You go ask, what room is he in? Knock, knock, knock. You knock on all the doors. Anakboya idia kanono, as Simon said. But to me, to make those understand, those who to hear our language, to make them understand, we call it knocking on the door. Bok, 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 bok. Bok, 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 bok. Hello? Who is in there? Bok, 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 bok. Hello? We have gotten to that stage, and it is inevitable. So as I said, as the way God answered Paul and Silas, God will answer Biafra. Our freedom is coming. Our freedom is coming. Our freedom is coming. My people, I rest my case. I rest my case. And for one last time, one more time I say, Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, oh, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, and Holy Ghost came down. Shoot them. Good shot.